Welcome to DS Trucks. In today's video, we're going to talk about the optional and standard equipment on our 2020 F450, and we're going to do a full walk around of the truck. And we're also going to talk about how much the truck costs, the total MSRP of the truck, and we'll talk about how much some of the options cost as well. So first and foremost, the 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel, 1,050 foot-pounds of torque, 475 horsepower, best in class torque, and just amazing power plant. Puts down the power really good. Power goes through a 430 gear, standard with the 450, and it has a limited slip rear differential, so you don't have to pull up the button to lock the rear. It automatically locks, and that is very useful when you have this much power. The truck has a 10-speed automatic transmission, which is great. So far so good. Shifts good and performs well. It has a 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating with a 4,835 available payload and a curb weight of 9,165 pounds. So that's great for me. As you guys know, I plan to haul some salt with this truck, and the weight of salt adds up pretty quick, and I'll be able to certainly max out the payload on the truck, no problems at all. And I'll be able to push that limit quite a bit. It does have a rapid heat supplement, so it warms up quicker. It provides warm air to the cab quicker. That was a $250 option. Now, I will say before we go on that the base price of an F450 like this, a Lariat F450, minus these optional items, is $69,745. But we'll go through the options that the truck has. So we already talked about the rapid supplemental heater. That was a $250 option. I felt like in our cold climate here in Michigan, we should have a rapid heater. We did go for the engine block heater. That was a $100 option, and that's without saying you probably should have that on a diesel truck. Power moonroof. That was essentially a $1,500 option. And I know power moonroofs have been questionable, but you know, we are going to go ahead and maintain this sunroof properly. I know there's a lot of complaints with these sunroofs, and they seem to stick a lot. And what I want to do is get the sunroof. I want to actually use the lubricants on the seals and see how the sunroof performs. Because as of right now, the sunroof performs good, and I can see how a new sunroof performs compared to my old sunroof. And if I actually maintain the seals properly, maybe the sunroof won't be such an issue. So $1,500 essentially for the sunroof. We did opt for the snow plow prep package with the camper package. That was a $245 option, and that is the way to go in my opinion. I know it gives you a heavier duty sway bar with the, in the case of the 250s and the 350s, it gives you a big heavy duty sway bar in the rear that you would not get otherwise. And that was a mistake that I made when I ordered my 250. And being that I'm going to be hauling these heavy, awkward loads of salt, it's good to have that. And I'm not exactly sure if the 450 comes with a sway bar or not in the rear, but this truck does have the heavy duty rear sway bar and whatever else comes with that camper package. But the camper package does give you a slide-in camper certification, which is good to have. You never know, maybe I'll get a slide-in camper at some point. It does have the Ultimate Camera Pro backup assist, and they've essentially combined the camera, the 360 degree camera option, with the Pro Trailer backup that was previously available in the F150s, now available in the Super Duties. And on my 150 that I had, it had Trailer Pro backup, and I never used it. But I think this time around, I'm gonna at least try it out to see how it works. This truck, we did get upfitter switches. In my last truck, that was another mistake, that I did not order the upfitter switches, and I'm glad I got it this time around. 397 amp dual alternator setup, which is great. Really happy that I got that. I'm going to put a pretty nice power inverter in here. Running a snowplow is going to be beneficial, but I really want to know what else electronic that I can run. You know, power inverter, snowplow, 397 amp alternators. that's not really going to stress out the alternators, but I would, you know, I got to figure out what to run with a 397 amp alternator. My 240 amp alternator on my 250 has been plenty, so I got to figure some stuff out. We did go for the Lariat Ultimate package, which gives you your memory seats, your power steering wheel. I believe it gives you your leather wrap steering wheels, among some other features, but it doesn't give you your quad beam headlights. That's a separate item, and that is the quad beam headlights is essentially is almost a $1,200 option, but the ultimate Lariat Ultimate package is a $3,400 option, which gives you your navigation, your LED lighting, your LED box lighting, not your headlights, but your box lighting. Gives you a remote start. It gives you keyless entry. It does give you a tailgate step, 10-way power seats in the front, heated and ventilated seats. So the Lariat Ultimate package is a pretty steep package, and Ford knows how to get you, because in order to get the quad beam headlights, you have to step up to the Lariat Ultimate package, which comes out to like, let's see, like $4,700 just for both of those packages. So that's a significant amount of money in order to get LED headlights, and that's really one of the things that gets a lot of people. If you want those LEDs and those cool looking halos, you got to pay. As far as options go, that's pretty much what I ordered. Mistakes that I made: I did forget to order the rear liners in the rear wells, and that was my mistake. I should have double checked this again before I put in the order, because now it's going to cost me a little bit more money to do that after the fact. I did kind of go back and forth on the power steps, and I ultimately just kind of decided against it because my MSRP was getting so high, and that would have added another like $1,200. But after the order was in, that's one of the things that was on my mind, is like, man, I wish I would have got the power steps. But we did get the moonroof, and I'm happy with the moonroof. I love that it lets all the light into the truck, and it makes it, you know, a very pleasant vehicle. The kids like looking up out through the moonroof, and it is a nice feature if it's maintained, and that is the goal this time around with the Ford trucks, is to actually maintain the sunroof and not just complain and blame it on Ford. There is maintenance involved with the sunroof. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the optional features. Some of the noteworthy standard features in the Lariat package would be the dual zone climate, which my wife oftentimes likes to have the temperature set different from what my temperature is on my side. So having a dual climate's good. The Bang & Olufsen sound system, the B&O sound system, is good. I mean, the subwoofer is nice to have, but I will say, like on my XL truck, I've never complained about the sound system. So Bliss is good. My wife wants Bliss. Ford Pass is great. It does have an optional hotspot, but I never use that because I run Verizon on my cell phone. So the Verizon network, in my opinion, is better than the AT&T network that the hotspot gives you access to. Now, the diesel engine does have a 100,000 mile warranty, but that is not a powertrain warranty. The powertrain warranty is only 60,000 miles, 5 years, where the diesel engine oil warranty is 5 years, 100,000 miles. I added a bumper-to-bumper warranty for 6 years for 100,000 miles, and that essentially covers me for the entire term that I have the financing set for. So as long as I'm making payments on this truck, it has bumper-to-bumper warranty, whereas your bumper-to-bumper warranty typically normally is 3 years, 36,000 miles. So I didn't want to have a payment on a truck and no bumper-to-bumper warranty, so I'm covered there. As far as the payment goes, it's something like $1,200 a month, and the interest rate was like 4%. Might go ahead and refinance out of it to get a different or a better interest rate, but I did go with Ford Credit just to get the thing going. Ford Credit is really easy to work with, and got a history with them. The total MSRP of the truck is $81,525. It's pretty expensive, but these trucks also often have the persona of being like $100,000 trucks. So far since getting the truck, the video that I've done previous to this one has done really well, and so far so good. And I will say this truck is turning so many heads on the road, like pulling up to the hardware store. I mean, this one guy pulls up and wants to roll down his window and talk about the truck. And ultimately, that's what I want. I want to have a conversation piece, because that's what DS Trucks is all about. We talk a lot about trucks, and this is definitely a big catalyst for my channel, because it gives me so much to talk about. Now, a couple of things have been brought up. It's like, why did you get a diesel engine for plowing, and why did you get a 450 and things like that? And really, at the end of the day, the reason that I got such a truck is because of the conversation and the catalyst to the channel that it provides. Now, if it weren't for YouTube, then I probably wouldn't have. I mean, I maybe would have, maybe wouldn't have. But realistically, the path of least resistance for the work that I'm doing would be a gas truck. Would probably be a 6.2 or a 7.3. It would be a 430 gear crew cab. But I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to really have something. Now, the diesel engine is going to be a lot of maintenance and a lot more work, but like I said, it's a catalyst for the channel, and there's a lot more to talk about when it comes to a diesel engine. So far, it's been a lot of fun having and owning, and there's a lot of things that I need to learn, and I'm going to be reaching out to my buddy Power Stroke Tech Talk to help me along the way. And it's going to be an adventure, and it's going to be a process. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. DS Trucks, this is where you get stuff that you don't get everywhere else. We talked about how much the MSRP was, and we talked about the payments. We talked about the interest. We talked about how we're going to pay for the truck. At the end of the day, right now, my channel pays for the entire payment on the truck. The insurance was a little bit of a hike, about $100 more per month, which is pretty significant. But I do want to say thank you guys for watching the video, subscribing, leaving comments, sharing the videos. I really appreciate it. And I wouldn't be able to do this without you. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. This is DS Trucks, where we run nothing but the best. Over and out. Bye.